right, good morning, everyone. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord here. We're getting a close eye on what's happening around the country with the forecast and around our viewing area. So let's dive into what we have happening and let you know what the weekend is looking like, because it does look like it's going to be a hot one, a little outside the norm as far as our weather is concerned. And what you're going to see is the pollen count. The latest numbers just came in, and those are even higher as far as the weed pollen is concerned. The grass pollen, the same story as well. And so it's that time of year where you're like, am I getting sick, or is this just the my allergies acting up? And it looks like the pollen may have a bit of a say in how some of you may be feeling out there. There are some clouds that are moving through. Something to watch with these, because I think we're going to see a couple spotty showers. We did just jump to 76 degrees, so still warming at a pretty good pace here this morning. But some clouds are in the way, and even a couple of showers, and that's something we'll have to watch this morning. Nothing all that heavy or ominous, but there's scattered showers in Saunders County that you can see here, and some that extend up through Dodge and into Cumming County. That's actually second round of showers that have moved through Cumming County this morning. But all of this is pretty spotty and sparse, but you can see if there is anything that's going to threaten the metro, maybe this little shower between Fremont and Wahoo. Hasn't been much more than sprinkles trying to move through, but that is what we're watching here early on a Friday morning, about to head into the afternoon. You can see how the clouds have bubbled up in some instances, so we're seeing those clouds thicken up a little bit, and for the most part, those aren't going to do all that much, but they may try to get in the way of the warming a little. Some models have us going in the mid-90s today. I think that's going to be tough to do with the clouds around, but enough sunshine that we should be able to get some lower 90s out there. You can see a spotty shower, even a thunder shower possible through about 4 o'clock today. So we keep some low-end rain chances in, mostly north and west of the metro if they're going to happen. But we have warmed mid and upper 70s over a good chunk of the area. Some clouds may keep us a little steady for the next hour, but then I do expect the warmth to really start to take over. And you can see by 11 to 12 o'clock, 80s start to win out. Some high clouds may move through. That's kind of what you're seeing here. I don't think they're going to be quite that bad. And then we'll climb into the lower 90s for an afternoon high today. About 91 to 92 the way it looks over the vast majority of the area. So we're not going to see any widespread sunshine, but there's going to be enough to help bump those temperatures up just a little bit and help to keep the numbers at least a little cooler than what some models say. I think we can avoid the mid-90s today with the clouds. That won't be quite as lucky with that heading through the day tomorrow. So if you got plans to head out Friday Night Fever, football around the area, right around 90 degrees at kickoff and then cooling off through the 80s during those games. Not exactly your football weather, but you don't have to worry about bringing a coat with you, I guess. And then Husker Game Day gets even hotter. We're going to start low 80s, climb into the low 90s by the end of that one. I kind of wish this was a night game. That would make it at least a little cooler, a little quicker, but unfortunately numbers are going the opposite direction for this one. So it'll be pretty comfortable somewhat during tailgating, but by 11 o'clock we're low 80s, turning into low 90s. Humidity, not quite as bad as today though, I'd say. And southwest winds will hopefully help keep the air moving just enough as well. So southwest wind gusts up to about 30 miles per hour, just enough to keep the breeze going. And then we take a look at storm chances on Sunday. Latest look at how this would play out. I think we're watching probably that 2 to 3 o'clock window if we're going to see anything develop Sunday afternoon. That'd be a little more isolated, and then perhaps a little more organized line tries to move in from the west Sunday evening. And there could lie a little bit of wind potential, but I think we're talking low-end severe risk with these. Got to watch out for storms after 2 o'clock. We'll keep an eye on how it plays out over the course of the next 48 hours or so before we get to the start of that event, but it is something we'll have to pay attention to. And we did bump it up to 91 for the high, but that ultimately is decided by how early any showers develop and how quickly the clouds develop. I still think something close to 90 is in store Sunday, probably Monday and Tuesday as well. Here's a look at the severe weather risk for Sunday. It's not a widespread severe weather outbreak expected. We're talking some very isolated strong storms that could have wind and hail amongst what could be a few more on the map than what we're seeing out there today, obviously. But something to watch. You can see the green shaded area. Usually it's near or in that green, the severe risk area. You have to pay attention. And that's what we're watching for to the west and to the north of the metro primarily as we head through the afternoon and evening on Sunday. So with that, we're still going to be near 90 on Monday, near 90 on Tuesday, and no signs of anything cooling off until we get towards the end of next week. And even that is still a little bit above average. Average high this time of year is right around 80 degrees. By the end of the 10-day forecast, those averages are in the upper 70s, so we just keep cooling off little by little over the course of next week, but still end up being above average. And above average might be the story for a good chunk of the following week as well. When you look at the temperature outlook, there are signs in about the 2-week window where some cooler air may try to roll in, and hopefully we can end September with that a little bit and have some more fall rather than having it early and then jump back into the heat. So that is what we're watching short term here. And as far as the 90s go, then beyond that, it's a lot of 80s and waiting to see if we can get anything cooler to work its way in. So enjoy the weekend, as hot as it's going to be. Low to mid 90s for everybody, looking pretty prevalent. Clouds have something to say about it today and Sunday. The day with the most sunshine, Saturday, likely to be the hottest, up to 96 degrees. And don't forget about the breeze each day. Some gusts up near 30 miles per hour, and at least that helps to keep the air moving.